Oh gosh, what is this? Damn, what is that?
What is this, Matt?
What is this? It's Super
Is this
Mario
Mario?
64.
Dude, this game came out before I was born.
Yeah,
I want you to feel that in your soul. Does that hurt you?
Gosh, dude. This is the first game I ever played that was in 3D, as far as like 3D platformer. Like I played Sonic, and then this, and this blew my mind. I guess we should be D. I just played like a little bit earlier. So yeah, we're playing Super Mario 64, which is my first Mario game that I actually really played. And this is the game plus Ocarina of Time plus Star Fox 64 that made me a gamer. Like this is what like my 5th or 6th grade year old brain was like. This is everything. So
this has so much story to it too.
Oh my god, yeah. And for
Rescue Princess
personally, yeah. Well, okay, yeah.
Hey,
Rescue Princess.
Got twice the story of Sonic.
It's true. When they got this game, me and my brother, this is the first game my brother and I 100%ed.
Damn.
Yeah, like except for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because we both were obsessed with that. But we worked together. So I had a game with all 120 stars, loaned it to a friend, and then that friend never gave it back because we lost touch because he made bad decisions. But ciao! You have reached Princess Toadstool's castle via warp pipe. Using the controller is a piece of cake. Press B to jump and Y to attack, and A to read signs. To use the L stick to move Mario around. Now head for the castle. Okay. Oh, man, that jump is so satisfying.
It feels good to be back to this game.
I love this game.
When was the last time you really fully played this?
High school.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, as a seasoned cameraman, we'll be shooting from the recommended angle, but you can change the camera angle with that, whatever that was. If we can't adjust the view any further, we'll buzz. Alright, to take a look at the surroundings, stop and tilt the right stick forward, press B to resume play, switch camera modes with the R button, signs along this way. We'll review instructions for now. Reporting live, this has been Nakuto Rose.
Thanks, buddy.
There's only one. Anyway, I played it in.
You're absolutely right about that. There is only one.
Yeah.
Gee.
Welcome. No one's home. Now scream and don't come back.
Oh. Okay.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, it's a Toad. You gotta do your Toad voice.
Yep. Oh God. I'm glad to see you, the princess and I. Well, everybody, we're all trapped inside the castle walls. Bowser's stolen the castle stars and he's using the power to create his own worlds and paintings and walls. Please recover.
I don't know why
it's okay, Toad. It's okay. It's gonna be fine.
This is
He's
so
just going through
tedious.
some PTSD, man.
God, please recover the power stars. And if you find them, you can use the power to open the doors. Bowser's sealed. There are 4 rooms on the first floor, starting the one to painting the bomb inside. It's the only one that Bowser has sealed. When you collect these power stars, you can open the door with the big star, and Princess must be inside there. Or she could be in another castle. I don't know.
In another castle. Poor Toad. He just needs to take a nap.
Hey, what?
We should probably explain the reason why we're playing this.
Because I freaking love Super Mario 64.
Yeah,
I haven't played it since I was
Switch.
in like high school.
I know, but because it's out on the Switch, man.
Yeah, it's part of the whole thing with the Super Mario 3D All Stars.
Yes.
Back in, I guess, for the SNES, they remade and remastered in some way. Oh god, hold on.
This meta has become a battlefield ever since the big bomb got his pals in that power star. Can you recover the star for us? We're not gonna let Dan and Matt explain anything. Cross the bridge, go left to the path, find the big bomb. Please come back to see me after you retrieve the power star.
All right. So yeah,
Thanks, buddy.
for the Super Nintendo, or I guess the Super NES, they made Super Mario All-Stars, which was Super Mario 1, Super Mario 3, Super Mario 2, which technically isn't really Super Mario 2, and then the Super Mario The Lost Levels, which it really is Super Mario 2. And that's just kind of been the standard, and we've been waiting for years for them to do a 3D version of that. So right now on the Switch, you can actually go, if you have an online membership, you can play the original Super Mario All-Stars for free. It's in the SNES Classic thing, yeah. So all 4 of those games.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Yep. So if you got the online subscription, $20 for a year, it's free right now. And we're actually recording this on Friday. I guess today's the 18th. The game literally just came out, just got released, and
nice.
It has a limited window for release dates. So they're actually said they're gonna stop selling this, or at least stop making them on March 31st. Like that's it. So limited game, even in the digital.
Is that?
I will tell you post this guy.
I'm the Big Bomb Bomb, Lord of all blasting matter, King of Kaboos, the world over. How dare you scale my mountain? But what right do you set foot on my imperial
This is
mountain
public property?
Yeah.
I'm allowed to? I'm Mario, by the way.
Okay, well, I don't give a crap. You're interrupting. You may have eluded my guards, but you'll never escape my grasp, and you'll never take away my power star. This is killing my voice. Hey!
Okay, that's enough.
Maybe you should give me one of the voices, Matt.
Dude, I would love to let you, but your delay takes too long. It's too long. It's too long.
You know what else is too long? The unemployment line.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Let's get political about this, man.
Oh yeah, this is the episode we get into politics. I think that we should depose this King Babam by throwing him up and down a couple times.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the way I do it. That's how I roll.
Yes. You know, I'm surprised that they didn't update the graphics.
Yeah. So. I
guess it's an HD version, right?
It is upscaled and redone for HD. This is true. And actually, I have a comment.
What are you doing, man?
I'm trying to grab his butt because you have to get it dead center. There we go. So the one thing about this game is because they're stopping. You know what? Who cares? There's not even gonna let you download this on your Switch digital after March 31st. It's gonna get delisted on the Nintendo Store. In part, I think, to answer your previous question about why, it's to create demand.
Okay.
Yeah. You recovered one of the lost power stars, and now you just seal doors and cows and trap-proof room on the second floor of the room with the paint and the womp and piles of troops and still getting powered so you can do the thing.
So you think demand as in like they'll release it again eventually?
No, I mean they're creating the demand for the product, and by limiting the supply.
Okay.
Oh, Dan, you read
fast enough to beat me? Cope with the quick? I don't think so. Just try me. How about a race to the mountaintop with a big bomb yaws? Okay. I'm scared.
Yeah.
What do you say? When I say go, let the race begin.
Go.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
So, yeah. So yeah, it's partly because they are trying to create that demand I was telling you about. I think the other thing is, granted, I don't even think we've talked about it on the channel, but they finally announced the next Sony and PlayStation, or Sony and Microsoft consoles. They officially have release dates. They officially have costs. And Nintendo really doesn't have anything. All they got is this and the Switch Lite. And they actually just discontinued the 3DS. I saw an article. That's finally done.
I'm surprised by that. I'm surprised it hasn't ended sooner.
I am too. This is bad. I need to be able to see what's coming, but okay. So I think with that in mind, and it's been a rumor for a while, that they're probably gonna release a Switch Pro, whether that's a 4K device,
That'd be cool.
it's just more powerful graphically. I think that's kind of part of what's going on.
Right.
Is that they're trying to force it so that you can, if you get that version's now gone, we're gonna re-release Super Mario 64 with updated graphics, high res, instead like a real remaster instead of this. I mean, I doubt it, but I do think that Switch Pro is coming, or the Switch 2 or something.
That's interesting. That seems kind of odd. You can skip this. We get it. You win. Beat the pants off this guy. Just the fact that you can. I don't know. It just seems odd to me that they would stop, because this is such a popular thing.
Yeah. You consider the SNES Classic or the NES Classic.
True.
That's what they do, man.
But like Super Mario Sunshine, there's only one way to play that, right?
Yeah, 2 now.
Well, I know, but like now that they added this game, you would think that they would. I guess they would do an HD for. I don't know. That's weird.
The other thing is that this game is $60 too.
Right. I guess most Switch games are 40, right?
Well, it's not even that. It's that you previously on the Wii U you could get this game for like 10, I think. Wow, I really went far.
Yeah, good job.
Sunshine, I think you could get for 20 somewhere, and then Galaxy, is also 20. So it's like a $30 worth of content previously listed, but now it's
right. Sunshine 60. You can only play on the GameCube.
Yeah.
And if you want to buy a copy of that, it's like $80.
Yep. Well,
because it's low demand.
Here's the other thing to consider. The March 31st is the last day of the financial year. So we celebrate New Year's, December 31st to January 1st. The end of the financial quarter ends, or financial year ends on March 31st. And the new financial quarter starts, or just year starts on April 1st. Wow, I cannot say that freaking word. So yeah. I think that's part of it. Is because they're just trying to pad their financial year by freaking making sure everyone gets their Mario fix. And I think they will do something. I think they'll do a special something for people.
I would like to see this in like brand new graphics.
Oh yeah, I would too.
Super Mario Galaxy or Super Mario Odyssey.
Hell, even Galaxy. Like they just something.
It would be awesome. Not hexagons.
I look by hexagons.
And perfect spheres.
You're a perfect sphere.
You're a towel.
You're a towel. Hey Dan.
So how much do you watch people speedrun this?
I've actually watched several people speedrun it.
I can tell because there's certain techniques that you have for doing things that that I'm like, it seems faster to go that way.
Okay. Here's another thing. So yes, I play this. I've watched speedrunners. The other thing, Dan, is the very first thing you said at the beginning of this episode. This game came out before you were alive. I've been playing this since 1996. I'm slightly familiar with it.
I happen to know where every little detail of this game is.
And it's the first game 100%ed. So it's one of those things that I'm not the best, but I do remember some things.
Right.
And I also got 8 stars before we started recording. So
nice.
That's something else to consider. But
yeah, I played it when I was a kid, but I never owned it until probably high school when I bought myself the 64 and bought all these games for it. But yeah, I did play it as a kid, but I never really
no
physically owned my own copy. All down the hill.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Are you a professional speedrunner, Matt?
Yes, dude. Look at all these hit points I don't need.
I'm getting rid of these, giving them to charity.
All the charity. Matt. Well, this is a great spot to end the episode, except
Oh,
we're not going to.
You may have noticed we kept the episode longer.
Yeah. You want to explain that, Dan?
yeah, I do. So, I was recently talking to Stone Evil Monkey, one of the great sponsors of our channel, and we were kind of talking about, the future of this channel, and I was pondering to myself what things we could do to differentiate our channel, and it seems like a lot of our viewers appreciate more longer videos opposed to more videos. And the reason for that is a lot of people just sit and listen instead of watching. Kind of like a podcast almost.
So all my hard work is for nothing.
Oh, don't say that, Matt. That's not what it means. Which is awesome, That means we have good talking points. Well, the nice thing about longer episodes is that we keep our conversations going.
Yes.
And usually you'll see towards the end of an episode we'll have good conversations, and we'll have to cut it off because of, we have time limits and everything. But with this, we'll hopefully get used to the 30-minute period and be able to have better conversations and work with that.
Right.
If it really takes off, maybe we'll do more of that, which would be awesome. But we're gonna see how it goes for this first couple of weeks. So we'll do 3 30-minute episodes.
Yes.
And eventually add some one-offs. And the one-offs are not going to be timed. They're not going to be timed. They're just we're going to play a game, and whatever we feel like, we'll stop whenever the game gets uninteresting.
Yeah, I guess for those who may not know, we do have a Patreon. It's at the end of every episode. We have the little... I made a mistake. We we have a Patreon page, and we have a goal of that I put up there at $250. And if we make that a month through Patreon, we would do 7 episodes a week. And we're kind of finding that as much as we like doing that, it's also kind of... We sometimes have to shorten them. There's time constraints. There's a lot of excess editing that has to happen as a result. And just like you were saying, you and Stone had that conversation. And it makes a lot of sense. So we're going to try it and see how we like it. Wow, I thought I was going to get killed by that Goomba. They're just going to do some longer episodes. So we're still meeting what would be extra content. With weekend content, but now it's just going to be probably Monday, Wednesday, Friday release dates, but with longer episodes, which I'm probably just repeating what you said, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, and it's I'd like to get into more editing. I know it is time consuming to edit, but I do feel that there are some games that we have really good conversations, but there are blank spaces where the game is just kind of uninteresting that needs to be edited. So eventually, once I get my PC working, stupid PC,
which it is,
it works now, but I just gotta pick it up. But eventually, I'd like to get into editing and be able to play or release a nicely edited video every week. But we'll see. This stuff takes time, and if you guys don't like the format, just let us know, and we'll change it to whatever you guys like the best. So
we're trying to evolve.
Please give feedback. Feedback is awesome.
Oh,
it really makes us think.
Oh no. Yeah, and you don't want to do that too much though, because we will overheat. You gotta give us some coolant.
Like a car.
Yeah.
You okay? Is your car okay, Matt?
My car is fine.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
What happened?
Gosh. Nothing. It just, how all my other cars have just died. Speaking of cars dying, what the heck happened with yours?
Oh, yeah. I guess I never really got to tell you about that.
No.
So, let's give some backstory first. My last car, I had a 2008 Chevy Cobalt. It had 170,000 miles on it. Keep in mind that I bought this car 2 years before, and it had 120,000 miles. So I had put 50,000 miles on it within 2 years, which is a lot for a car, especially a somewhat older car. So I went to a dealership just to look at cars, and I ended up getting a lease, turning my old Cobalt in. Which, sidetrack, my Cobalt was worth $100.
Yeah, so. That's how much my my Saturn was.
It was pretty much because the tires were nice. That was it.
Dan,
so, yes.
It makes me so mad.
We don't have to worry about dialogue.
Are you sure? People don't like our voices. Sometimes.
Whatever.
Up. All right.
You were under. So I got a lease. A nice brand new car. For a really good price, something that I could afford. Maddie and I travel so much that we needed something a lot more reliable. So this thing has a warranty, if anything breaks, they fix it for free, stuff like that.
Nice!
So 2 months into owning this, for some reason, I was at my parents' house and something clicked in my head. I was like, oh, you should check your oil. Like, this is a brand new car. You don't need to check your oil for many and many thousands of miles.
Yeah.
And I guess it's something about, like, with my Cobalt, I checked almost, like, every long trip I ever took. I always checked the oil. So I checked the dipstick, and I was like, man, I can't read that. Like, what the heck? Sometimes they're hard to read,
Yeah.
So I get my dad. I'm like, hey, Dad, can you read this? Like, why can't I read this? And he's like, man, it's almost like there's no oil in the car. and sure enough, I look under the car, and there's just a pool of oil.
Oh, no.
Just on the ground. And there's oil all over the bottom of my car. And I was like, great. My luck. Brand new car.
Yeah, it's a brand new. It's like a 2020 thing, right?
It's 2020. It's literally had 11 miles when I bought it. And I was so pissed, man. I was done at that point. And,
understandably.
And so I had to work the next morning, which was also kind of stressful.
Yeah, because you were in Pennsylvania and you had to go back to New Jersey, right?
I had to drive 3 hours, yeah. Which, think about it. If I would have driven back, I would have killed my car.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Which sucks. But
and they probably would have been like, oh, no, that's your fault.
Probably. So, thankfully, I checked my oil. That's awesome. What's not awesome? It was funny because my dad was like, yeah, I saw some oil spots in front of our house the last couple of times the whole family was together. And he's like, your car is the last car I thought that would have that issue.
Yeah, really?
I was like, yeah, well, not okay. So anyway, I took it to the dealership the next day, which thankfully I made an appointment for because they're, whole COVID thing, they're strict about it.
Yes.
And I get there and he's like, okay, when do you need your car by? Which, that's an odd question. Like, what are you expecting me to say to that?
Yeah, like next week's fine. Like,
yeah, 2 weeks from now is fine. Like, take your time. Like, no, I need it now. So I was like, oh, by the end of today would be great. And he's like, okay, that sounds great. So, all right, wouldn't that be your goal to get the car out of there anyway? Whatever.
I thought I was gonna have that.
So, yeah. So
every time. I'm sorry to interrupt. I've been playing this game for so many years. I've never. This part is always taking me like hours, and I finally did it in like 15 minutes earlier today. I'm gonna make it happen. Holy crap! Okay.
You did it. So anyway, I took it to the dealership. The guy gives me his number. He's like, "You have any questions, any concerns? Text me at any point of the day, and I'll respond and let you know like what stage your car is at."
Like,
all right. So I leave. I go home with my parents. Just kind of chilling at the house. It gets around 4:30, or no, 4 o'clock, and the mechanics close at 5. And I was like, oh, this is not good. So I text the mechanic. I was like, hey man, I just wanted to know the status of my car. And he said, oh yeah, it's done. You can come pick it up within the next like 20 minutes before we close. I'm like, okay, when were you gonna tell me this? But anyway, I go there, and it was kind of interesting because usually with car dealerships or mechanics, sometimes they get a little, they're not the nicest people.
Right.
Understandably, they're hard workers. Sometimes it's hard to deal with the public and work as hard as they do.
Also, when you have to answer the question, hey, what's wrong with your car? I don't know. It just sometimes makes a weird noise. When does it make a weird noise? It's usually when I press the brakes, it makes this horrible sound. Like your brakes are dead. I don't know what brakes are, but if you could fix the windshield fluid that's in my headlights, I'd appreciate it. Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly. So, if you have to deal with that all day, that's understandable. But anyway, I get there and the guy is super nice. He took pictures of his whole work experience. Took picture like every 5 minutes of what he was doing.
No.
Which I thought was really nice. It's like he showed me everything he took apart, everything. And so the oil filter on my car is next to the oil pan.
Right.
And when they were installing the oil pan out of the factory, they had gotten some sealant on where the oil filter sits. So when you screw in the oil filter, it didn't sit properly. So my car has been steadily leaking for, ever since I got it.
Wow.
And which I'm glad it's a lease because in 2 years I don't have to worry about it. I can get rid of it, whatever. Everything's under warranty. But so he had scraped it all off, and everything was fine. It was all covered. I didn't have to pay for anything. But it's like, man, you'd think coming out of a factory.
Yeah, they should know what they're doing.
That small.
I was
a little pissed.
That's a mistake, like a big mistake.
It is. Well, I could have blown up my engine.
Yeah,
which is an issue.
Small issue.
He said I was 3 quarts low.
Oh,
I was which is really bad.
Yeah.
So I was pretty much dry. But you would never think to check your oil on a new car.
No, I haven't.
But for some reason, something in my head was just like, check your car, Dan. Check your car.
Well, I can say I did check mine right when we got it because we had 2 cars die immediately, both because they didn't have oil basically in the engine.
Right.
So yeah, I've learned my lesson.
Yeah, routine oil changes are always good. So
where's the last red coin?
I thought you were a master at this game, man.
Yeah. I need one more red coin.
Yes, so that was my experience. My boss was cool with that. My boss is a big Ford guy. And so I was talking to my one coworker, and he's the one that suggested the place that I get the car from, which is a Chevy. So I called my boss and told him the whole thing, and he's like,
there it is.
Ford, your crappy Chevys, this is a learning point in your life, Dan. I was like, yep.
Oh God, yeah. There's, man. I get it. But I'd much more rather argue about Xbox versus Sony than Ford versus Ferrari or Toyota or
I just want a car that works, man. That's what it comes to.
It'd be nice if the radio has Bluetooth from my phone.
Yeah,
but that's about it. I mean, I can install an aftermarket radio. I've done it several times on both my Honda and my Saturn. So
yeah, it's not too bad.
It's really not that hard.
It's just funny. People are so there's so many upsides and downsides to every dealership out there, or every kind of car. Unless you're paying buku bucks for a car.
Yeah,
which I'm not gonna do.
No,
I don't have that
kind
of money to go out and buy $100,000 car.
No, I'd rather buy $100,000 house.
Yep. I'd like to buy something to live in, please.
Yes.
That would be wonderful.
That's the one thing I always found odd. In a lot of people, they're like, yeah, I am over generalizing. when I say this, but people were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get this cheap trailer, but I'm gonna buy like this Mustang and like clean it every day and like get the exact right polish and da 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 da." I'm like, I don't get that. I really don't. Like, I'd rather have a house and a dinky car.
Yeah, it's a hobby, man. I mean,
dude, like I said,
that's the thing. Like,
everybody,
I don't understand it because I want to drive a nice car, right? I don't want to own a nice car but not drive it. So it all depends.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
Everybody has their thing.
This might be a good place to cut the episode, because
I guess so.
We're actually about to go rescue the princess. We're at the end of the game.
Wow, dude, you are a speedrunner.
Nope, we're not.
No.
It's a trap.
Oh gosh, it's a trap.
See, we've stepped right into his trap, just as he knew I would. He warned me, friend. You're step watching. On next episode, words make sense sometime.
Matt. Do you need to take a quick nap?
I need to take a quick nap. Yeah.
Quick map.
I need a quick nap.
No. I feel like we just had a stroke together. Quick map. Good. Thanks for watching, everybody.